In the previous autism video, we talked about why we have taxes, the significance of different tax forms, and how to file them before April 15th. However, as I finished editing that video, a thought occurred to me. What about those who need financial advice on how to save their money? Time for me to rectify that. I'm Steven from Tostemac alongside my brother Thomas, and for today's autism video, we'll talk about the social aspect of money, the method I use for saving money, and the potential dangers of impulse buying. But before we get to that, for those that are new to the channel, we at Tostemac upload new videos every Saturday morning. So if you enjoy what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date in our latest videos.
We'll begin with how money affects us socially. And yes, this does have something to do with autism this time. After all, just because autistics don't always show emotions on their face, doesn't mean they don't feel anything. At times, they can actually be more empathetic than neurotypicals. So how does money affect us socially? Just think back to your childhood when there was this toy or video game that you really wanted, but you couldn't get it because you had no cash on you. During those times, whether or not you got what you wanted was most likely left at the mercy of your parents, your lords, your rulers, your masters, to whom you must answer every beck and call.
Losing the narrative, Thomas!
Oh, right. Sorry. And so it's understandable that when you're given money, either from weekly chores or from a paycheck, you feel this sense of power, of independence, like you could do whatever you want and no one can tell you otherwise.
Right. However, it's important not to let all that power go to your head. For if you spend all that money, then you're not gonna have it for when it really matters, such as car payments, bills on the house, and any potential IOUs you may have. Speaking of which, hey Thomas, how are you doing on yours?
Well, I can't really answer that right now because after all money's been very tight for all of us lately, right?
Uh-huh. So the question then becomes, how do you get better at saving money so that way you don't end up like this poor sap?
Way to rub salt on the wound, brother!
My pleasure. There are quite a few methods that people use in this regard, but for me, I basically treat it like a mathematics game. It's something that combines math and games, two things that many autistics really love. So who could ask for more? How do you play this game, you may ask? Let's say you got a paycheck worth $1,000.
Ha! You still wish you made that much.
Still make more than you, don't I?
Maybe, but the fact that you're forgetting about is shut up!
Duly noted. Now, before you spend any of that $1,000, you need to take out the payments for all the bills first, like car payments, house bills, any important subscriptions, and so on. After that, you'll want to take an additional $100 or $150 out and put it right into your savings, in case there is an emergency that comes up or if you lose your job.
And then you can spend the rest, right?
Wrong. This is where the game part comes in. You set a limit, or a bar if you will, on how much of the remaining amount to put back into savings. As you continue making purchases until your next payday, keep taking notes by subtracting the transaction amount from the spending money you have. Your goal is to not cross your spending limit. If you can avoid doing that, great job. If you do cross that line, take a look at what you spent during that time and see where you can improve on for next time. Thanks to this game I made, I can easily put close to half of my paycheck back into savings. So on paper, this sounds like a great plan. Of course, no plan survives contact with reality. And one of the biggest obstacles that you're going to face in this plan, or spending in general, is a little something called impulse buying.
Impulse buying is the buying of goods without planning to do so in advance as a result of a sudden whim or impulse. Every now and then it's okay, but left unchecked, impulse buying can lead to some serious financial and at times emotional problems. Unfortunately, most big companies love taking advantage of impulse buying with limited edition items, special deals, or maybe some ultra rare get item that you can only get by spending a lot of money on random chance or loot boxes, and maybe, just maybe, you'll get it. Here's the thing though. What companies don't take into account for this is how impulse buying affects the customers. For some people, they might feel the need to have this ultra rare item or special deal, and that having it would help them feel good about themselves. But in worse situations, they can feel more anxiety along with difficulty controlling their emotions, and find themselves in huge debt while experiencing even less happiness. While this person thankfully didn't go that far, there is a certain someone who actually had some bad experience with impulse buying. Right, brother?
You just had to let that genie out of the lamp, didn't you? Thomas is right though. There was a time where I would spend $30 to $50 a month on mobile games so I can get this limited edition item. I was thinking that if I had this special item, I would feel good about having it. What I discovered later on though was that when the time came, I didn't have the money for what I really needed at the time. And the places I was spending my money on didn't exactly have a refund policy. So I would like you, the viewers, to learn from my mistake and not end up in a financially tight spot like I did. Just remember the social aspect of money, the game I use to save money, and the potential dangers of impulse buying, and soon you'll be building up savings faster than Thomas can pay me back.
You know I'm gonna get you back for this, right?
Yeah, well, not today. But what do you think? Do you agree or disagree with what I said? Do you have a special way of saving money? Let us know in the comment section below and let's start a conversation here. And on that note, it's time to end the video. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Tostemac to stay up to date in our latest videos. And until the next one, see you later.
Bye-bye!